Okay. So, I'm going to be taking a look at, maybe playing the full thing. I don't know. I kind of doubt I'm going to do the full thing just because of the nature of the game, and I tend to do rather terribly at them. We have a game called Darkward. It is a dark, surreal point-and-click text adventure inspired by the poetics of Dark Souls. Guide the wanderer through ruins and tombs in a purgatorial world. That gives you enough of an idea of what it is. So, I guess technically speaking, I am playing a visual novel today. But yes, here you go. It's not entirely text-based. If it was entirely text-based, I would not be taking a look at this because, yeah. But point is there is a little bit of graphics to it. So, I don't know how long it is. It might be an hour or two long game, and there you go, there's the capsule art. And it is free. If you want to go give it a try yourself, you know, you can go do that. It released today, even. I don't remember how I found this. Yep. It is a short, dark, and surreal point-and-click interactive fiction. Key features: link-based exploration, point-and-click text adventure, inventory interactions, contextual item use, dense, lore-rich gothic fantasy inspired by Dark Souls poetics. Sans the action. And, of course, as always, very importantly, there are Steam achievements. 4 of them, in fact. Zowie zowie. If you want your 100% completion, there you go. It's a free game that gives it to you, probably. And because it's out today, I might be the first person to get a review in, if I can do so. The more I babble about it, the longer it's going to take me to do that, though, obviously, so let's get into it. I kind of do hope that it's a little short, just so my throat does not end up feeling like I've swallowed a bunch of sand. Oh, that was weird. Okay, there was like a jump cut there, that was weird. So apparently, I'm gonna assume that the developer is actually Czechian, then. Considering that those are the only 2 options. Start re napoveda ochre konych. I don't know how to do Czech, sorry. Alright. The funerary chamber of the coming ones. Around you now lies a time that does not flow. Your body is heavy, hollow and foreign. Seated rigidly with your arms crossed over your chest, you feel no heartbeat. Your lips are cracked and mute, your hands gray and cold. The silence around you is suffocating, as if this world has never known a voice. The chill of the stone bites into your skin like 1,000 needles. You feel pain, but you sense it differently, as something distant. Your soul is empty as your mind and memory. Slowly you rise from the stone, your limbs crack in the silence, as if they had forgotten how to move. Dust spills from your grey hands, and your muscles obey only under protest. You stand, not as one who lives, but as one who has been commanded to rise. Rise, wanderer. Rise. Okay. Okay, I don't know what to do. Oh, okay, there we go. You are in a funerary chamber with 3 stone thrones. The first throne is empty. From the second throne, you rose. And on the third throne rests the twisted, withered mummy of the Wanderer. High above in the ceiling, a narrow crack lets down a band of cold light. The walls are covered in ancient reliefs, warped and horrific, their meaning lost in a tangle of tendrils, eyes, and unknown sigils. To the north, a heavy stone slab is set into the wall. It blocks your way forward. Okay, the stone slab. A massive stone slab set firmly into the wall. It doesn't budge, no matter how hard you lean against it. Okay. So the first throne is empty. So does the Wanderer have anything, or... On the third throne rests the twisted, desiccated mummy of the Wanderer. Its skin clings to the bone, fingers clenching the stone backrest in a death grip. The skull is tilted, as if it wished to look at you, and yet the body remains imprisoned in eternity. As you draw closer, a shard of glowing substance falls from an empty eye socket. You take it. It is the Seer's Crystal. The first throne stands abandoned. The stone is cracked and buried in dust. On its surface are marks as if someone once sat upon it for far too long. In the dust, at its base, there are traces suggesting that whoever sat here once rose and left. It seems that the throne still waits for its returning master. Oh, we're running out of options here. Is there anything in the second throne? A throne steeped in an age before the coming of men, from which the one who walks in darkness arose. It still radiates ancient power. No. Okay. Okay, what about the reliefs? With the crystal in them, maybe? The walls are covered in reliefs, crumbled and unreadable. Twisted faces melt into tendrils and eyes whose numbers cannot be counted. The meaning of the scenes is lost in chaos. They feel alien and inhuman. You use the Seer's Crystal, and suddenly an ancient rune emerges from the reliefs. A faint light pulses on one of the walls, from a mysterious rune. An ancient rune carved by a hand that was never human. Its lines writhe and shift, impossible to follow with your eyes without feeling your head spin. It glows with a dim, cold light that seems to swallow, rather than grant illumination. You touch it, and the stone block that barred your way out of the tomb grinds aside. You go to the north. You are in a long corridor with stone vaults. Its walls vanish into strange gloom that stains the stone with darkness. The sound of footsteps is swallowed here. There is only silence. In the distance, the darkness is thicker and even more impenetrable. The gloom is so thick that it devours both light and sound. There seems to be nothing within it worth noticing. It is strange, however, that even in this darkness you can see reasonably well. Guess we'll go north more. You stand by a narrow vent that disappears into the dark. The current of air stirs the dust and sets the rusty chains with their strange ornaments swaying. A coin lies on the ground, which we shall pick up. And what are the ornaments? Strange bone ornaments hang from the rusty chains. They've been carved to a vicious sharpness. A single touch is enough to make blood drip from your hands. The flowing air makes them sway gently and ring in an uncanny tone. When you listen closely, you can hear the whispers of long-forgotten sacrifices. How are we bleeding? I thought we were like an undead. I guess we'll go further north. You are in a wide hall where dim light seeps through cracks in the ceiling. The stone walls are blackened and cracked. and the floor is covered with fragments of ancient reliefs. The air is heavy, and every breath is an effort. In the middle of the chamber lies a motionless figure in tattered robes. At first it seems long dead, but as you draw close, the body begins to shake. From the darkened skull, a faint light flares, and the being slowly rises. On the western wall, there is a stone gate leading outside. It is closed. The Warden of Silence rises slowly and prepares for battle. You have no weapon. It would be wiser to flee. The Warden suddenly moves towards you with blinding speed. Its long arms close around you and the air itself falls silent. A blade of bone drives you through your body without sound. Blood bursts from your throat, yet no echo comes. You die in the silence that consumes you. Wait, what? Where did this sword come from? It was not here before, as if someone had thrown it down through the crack in the ceiling. You take the sword. So, wait, hold on. Are you supposed to lose? Is this more of like a roguelite? Well, we still have the seer crystals and whatnot. What? The light is cold and inhospitable, as if it shone from something that should not exist. At its end on the ground, you find an old rusty key. It is as if someone had dropped it down from above. Okay, so now I'm really curious now if that death was avoidable and I just kind of screwed up. I think we just went to the west, right? You stand in a low vaulted hall. Its walls lined with funeral niches. There's only a damp stench here and the oppressive weight of restless souls. The cold clings to your skin, and the place carries the sense of an unfinished embalming ritual. A figure in decaying armor sits slumped against the wall, its breath shallow, barely there. It is silent, as though it long ago forgot how to speak. Can we talk to him? A figure, a knight, sits propped against the wall in ruined armor, the metal cracked, crumbling to rust in places. His helmet has long since slid from his head, revealing a face faded to the color of stone. His eyes clouded, his breath ragged, barely audible. And yet he still seems to guard something long since lost. You try to speak to him, your voice only a whisper. But you know that he hears you. You doubt, however, that he can answer, if he can truly speak. In truth, you know it. You know that neither he nor anyone else here will speak. Ever. Well, hopefully we don't have to fight him. You feel their souls are restless, as if they wait for the completion of a ritual that would let them depart. Yet you cannot help them. You search the funeral niches, but find nothing of interest. Only fragments of bone, embalming cloth, and dust. You enter a hall where heavy stone sarcophagi stretch away in long rows. Some of the lids are shifted aside, revealing hollow, empty spaces, while others remain firmly sealed. Dust lies on them in a thick layer, and yet the chamber feels as though it is waiting for something to awaken. A small canoptic jar lies on the ground. You take the small empty canopic jar. You sense a strange presence in the room, as though something or someone were watching you from the darkness between the sarcophagi. It doesn't feel hostile, more curious than anything, yet it is deeply unsettling. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. In one of the sarcophagi lies a mummy, It is a dried mummy bound in silver chains with spikes. Are they meant to protect the body from the curse of the undead? Could we do something with it, maybe? Probably best not to, actually, really. Alright, so go to the east now, I think. You stand in a vast space supported by rows of tall pillars. The stone surface is smooth and covered in alien symbols. The echo of your footsteps returns with a delay that feels wrong, out of place. A bone lies on the ground. You take it. Very Lord of the Rings, not Khazad-dûm, Moria-esque. You enter a hall whose walls are covered in reliefs. You also see statues with unnaturally elongated shapes. Their faces seem to shift, and their eyes follow you at every movement. In a freezing cloud of magic, the second fragment of the Wanderer's soul levitates above the ground. The second fragment of the Wanderer's soul floats above the ground, wrapped in a freezing cloud of magic. Its form is unclear, as though made of thousands of tiny lights that constantly shift and rearrange. As you draw near, the particles of icy magic gather into a denser shape, and all you feel is pain. Despite your effort, the second fragment of the Wanderer's soul slips from your grasp. Okay, can we put it in, like, the jar, maybe? A small canoptic jar once used to store organs during embalming. It is made of fine clay, decorated with faded, barely visible paintings, and its lid is carved into the shape of a distorted demon's face. It is empty. This canoptic jar once hid not organs, but a fragment of a soul that refused to die. Yeah, but that's why I want to... No? Huh? You can't use the jar. What do you mean? It's literally his soul. Huh? It is a soul piece, and the jar is literally saying that you can put soul in it. What? What? What, do I have to get, like, the... like, the spoon of soul collecting to, like, scoop it up into it? I don't know. Only emptiness remains. Dirty coin... Yeah, I don't know. You are in a small shrine, and you see a small altar, blackened and cracked, its surface coated in dust. The surface of the altar is scarred with grooves and dried smears that resemble the marks of sacrifice. The altar's lid is locked by a ritual seal carved with alien sigils, my bad. Something damp and disturbing seeps faintly through the cracks. A ritual seal of black wax, covered in ancient sigils. It is icy to the touch, with a muted pulse of forbidden power. Obviously we should use the sword on it and break it, right? No? Okay. No, the bone? Wait, what? You place the bone at the seal, and the symbols blur for a moment, and the wax trembles, but then darkens and stiffens. I'm very good at this game. Like I said, I'm not gonna do good at this at all. I do not generally do good at point and clicks. Alright, so we need to go further north. We have this dude, which is sword. Is that like an Age of Empires sound effect? Your sword sinks into the body of the Warden of Silence, and yet everything remains soundless. No scream, wail, only a shiver in the air, as if the silence itself were fighting back. The Warden buckles at the waist and collapses into dust without leaving a single echo behind. You okay? Now what? The walls are built from heavy blood. Fragments of ancient reliefs. No. Is there anything on him? No. A stone gate towers before you, tall and unmoving. Its surface is covered in a web of ancient signs carved deep into the rock. No bars are visible, and yet you sense that there is no force that could make it move. Along the sides of the slabs, reliefs of ears emerge, from which foul liquid seeps. It as if those ears listen to the silence, waiting for the single word, a curse that will open the way beyond. I need to take a drink. Narrow vent, nope. I said I wasn't going to do good, and yeah, I don't know what to do. The only thing I can think of right now is to put the soul into the canopic jar, but I can't do that right now. I have the sword, I use that on the Guardian, he is dead now, so that, you know, fulfilled its purpose. I have a bone, which I can put on the altar kind of sparkles and then does nothing. The crystal flares and the light slides across the mummy's withered face. For a moment you see your own outline, twisted and broken, as if the world were looking at you through dead eyes. The body shivers, ever so slightly, not with movement, but with memory. Deep within, a whisper kindles, quiet and urgent, cut through by the cracking of stone. You are not the first, and you are not the only one. The light fades, and the body falls still once more. Oops, no, I wanted to... The crystal flares and your gaze pierces through his armor. For a heartbeat, you see an ancient battlefield where other knights once stood at his side, all silent and bound by the same curse, waiting for their final battle. The knight lifts his clouded eyes to you. In their depths flicker the shadow of a gate, waiting for a word, and then it fades, leaving only heavy breath and silence. So I'm gonna assume that's the same gate that has the ears on it, waiting for a literal single word. What? Oh god, no. Why is it in Czech still? Skuskil. Je podat minci. Vrutiri alle ignorujte. I don't know. I don't know how to do Czech. Sword? No, you're really not going to do that. You want this key? No? Okay. Do you want this jar? You know, it's a jar. You could put a particular figure in it of a animal, you know. You understand that the ritual was not interrupted. It was deliberately left unfinished. Completing it would not free the souls, but bind them to eternal slavery. Oh, that's nice. Here, you want to get in the jar? No? Okay. Bone? No? Okay. This is just what this is going to turn into, is just me clicking on everything, hoping something is the correct answer. The mummy. Try mummy for Okay, Seer's crystal. Deep within, a whisper kindles, quiet and urgent, cut through by the cracking of stone. It is the exact same one. Okay. Give the coin to the mummy? No? Okay. Sword. You behead the mummy with a sword. You take its head with you. How are you supposed to know that? I guess just brute force testing. I don't know. Alright, so the shrine, altar. Okay, mummy head, yes? Wait! But I can put the... Huh? Really? Why does the bone and the head give the same effect? I don't know, do I want to use... No? Okay. I don't remember reading this section. You also see statues with unnaturally elongated shapes. Their faces seem to shift and their eyes follow your every movement. The statues have unnaturally elongated shapes, their silhouettes only vaguely resembling the human form. Their faces are blurred, as if the stone cannot hold them in a single shape. Their eyes carved into their features seem to watch your every move, no matter where you turn. It's kind of like kind of vaguely like Junji Ito-esque, like Uzumaki or something, where things are kind of just warping. No? Okay. I don't know what to do. Wait. That altar doesn't actually just want a coin, right? No. Okay. The corridor is long and seems endless. The vaulted ceilings rest on massive pillars whose surfaces are smooth and cold to the touch. The walls are covered in ancient reliefs, so worn by time that their original meaning has been lost in the mist of ages. Suddenly, you recall that you are in the Pyramid of the Coming Ones, a burial place of the ancients. It's also maybe like a little bit, oh god, what's the name? Yeah, like Cthulhu mythos-esque? I can't think of the name. Okay, rusty chains, old rusty strange order. I don't think I can do anything with that. Not enough silence. Seer's crystal? My left brief whisper sounds a foreign word clear this time, perilously close. It leaves an imprint in you, but its meaning slips away, then even that full silence. Yeah, how are you supposed to get it? Yeah, I guess like, You slit open the body of the Warden of the... You slit open the body of the Warden of Silence with your sword. In his entrails you glimpse the Pearl of Silence. Cold and unmoving. When you take the pearl, the world around you collapses into such deep silence that you can barely breathe. The corpse of the Warden of Silence. Grey skin peels away in tatters, fingers twisted. The mouthless face is cracked, broken like a stone mask, and the torso has been torn open, and black entrails spill out. No, I still can't get the word from him. Okay. Okay, Mr. Nightman. Do you want the Pearl of Silence? No. No? Don't want the mummy head either? Okay. The pillars apparently are hiding a secret. Alright. Alien symbols. The pillars are covered in alien symbols covered deep into the stone. Their lines twist and break, resembling wounds in flesh more than writing. You cannot read them, but looking at them fills you with unease, as though they belong to beings from an age when mankind had not yet walked the earth. Okay, yeah, very Cthulhu-esque. Okay, there we go. We missed that. The Seers Crystal is kind of feeling a little MacGuffin-y, frankly. It's remind me of that one spell from, like, Skyrim, as well as a few other things where it's just like, you know, use this spell or item, and then it will show you the way to go, you know? I don't remember what it was in Skyrim, though. Clairvoyance, maybe? I don't remember. A hidden button, concealed in the stone pillar. Its surface is cold and smooth, as if it had been worked only recently. As if it had been worked only recently. Worked on, maybe? I don't know. It seems to be some sort of mechanism. You press it and somewhere within the wall, a rasping stone grinding echoes. And that's it? Okay. Man, I really don't know. And it's not like this game has any kind of, you know, walkthrough on it right now. Stone walls are black and cracked. The floor is covered with fragments of ancient reliefs. I don't know. It's just me kind of guessing and using items and everything now. So we pushed a button. I don't know what the hell it did. A heavy stone slab was set into the wall. What do you mean? To the north. Okay. Ancient reliefs, warped and horrific. I don't know. I'm stuck again. I really don't know. I thought maybe, you know, like using the Pearl of Silence on the silence or something might, yeah, like, I don't know, like the light thingy from like Harry Potter where it absorbs light but can also give light, right? You know, like absorb the silence, but it you know, it's like that idea of like, oh, this thing that is like the Pearl of Darkness, it can absorb the dark or cause darkness to happen, you know, like something like that, but no. I don't know. I was thinking maybe like use the Pearl of Silence on like the area that has like the souls that are restless. Maybe like chanting as well. Like you get rid of the chanting and it puts the souls at peace. That's not it either. No, no, no. Still not it. You try to cut off one of the decorations with your sword, but dark magic forbids it. For a moment, a searing pain shoots through your hands and you almost drop the sword. Huh? You tightly grasp one of the ornaments. Maddening pain shoots through your hands and you begin catching the dripping blood into the jar. It takes unbearably long, but the jar is nearly full of your blood. It is strange. The blood is black. I mean, yeah, we're like in undead or something, aren't we? Still don't know what that button did. Alright, ritual seal. Do you want the blood? Yes, there we go. You pour the blood from the jar onto the seal. The symbols blur, the wax trembles, and then cracks apart. The altar lid opens. Inside of the altar lies the tongue of the silent, which you take. I don't know what to do with this. A severed tongue, shriveled and blackened by ages, carved with dried runes. It seems to faintly tremble despite being dead. The tongue of a priestess, tortured as a witch, was torn out before her execution, so she could not curse her tormentors even after death. Okay, but now what do I do with the tongue? Do I give it to the knight, maybe? No, okay, I was thinking maybe use the tongue on it, and maybe the tongue would be able to, like, use the keyword or something, but also no. What the heck do you use a tongue on? I can't, like, combine them, right? No. A small pale pearl found inside the warden's entrails. Its surface is smooth and cold, but when you close your hand around it, the sounds around you fade. Your breath, steps, even the beating of your heart. It once belonged to Queen Elerith. Elerith? I'm not sure. Who feared the voice of her own people. She silenced her court, her children, and herself so she would hear no more pleas. They say it was because of the cursed pearls she kept between her teeth. It is empty. Okay, so I guess we emptied out the Canopic jar. I still have a key. What the hell do I do with this key? Though the metal is corroded, it still carries the imprint of a curse, as if it resisted opening doors that were meant to remain silent forever. I still don't know what this button did. I was hoping that the Sears crystal would tell me what the heck it's doing. I'm hearing it grind apparently, but then that's it. Long corridor with stone vaults. The darkness is thicker and more impenetrable. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna... Meanings... No? Okay. Band of light. Third throne, withered mummy of the wanderer. For a brief moment, runic script flows across the stone. Curves and angles impossible to read. The light dies, but the sense of a foreign presence lingering in the walls remains. Now, what the heck do you do with this mummy head? You can't use the bone on itself. A good idea, but it seems the head must first be enchanted in some way or with some... oh, for pity's sake. Alright, so that is kind of one of the things. So what, have like the head combined so that the tongue is in it so it can speak the key phrase? I don't know. How does one enchant it? The ritual, the altar? Like, are we... bring it to the altar, maybe? And, like, condemn one of the souls to eternal servitude in the mummy head? Clench your buttocks, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Mummy head? No. You merge the Pearl of Silence with the mummy's head. Now you are holding the unfinished artifact of silence. Okay. You insert the tongue of the silent into the unfinished artifact of silence. For a moment, a suffocating whisper rings out, and then falls silent. The artifact trembles. A cold breath escapes from its cracks. Then everything grows still. You are now holding the completed artifact of silence. Okay. I don't know what that did. Nothing happened. Oh, good. The mummified head whose mouth holds the pearl of silence, a shriveled tongue protruding through the cracked teeth. Oh, and a... okay. The skull is split, the lips turned to stone, and the eye sockets empty and extinguished. The pearl within pulses with a cold light, and with each beat the silence around you grows heavier. When you clutch the artifact in your hands, you can almost hear a muffled chant echoing inside the skull. It breaks the bonds of speech. Through it, those who would otherwise remain forever mute may speak. Okay. Alright, there we go. My soul is bound by chains of ages. In the name of fallen brothers, I break the shackles of silence. Ben Gorath ul Zathur Ech Degan. The gate has opened. Yeah, I understand. Go through it? Oh, there we go. You stand before a monumental pyramid, its peak vanishing into a suffocating mist. Stone statues flanking the entrance bear elongated, inhuman faces, their gazes seeming to follow you at every move. A heavy silence rules this place, and the air is thick with ancient fear, as though the ruins of the first beings in which you stand still guarded their secrets. Not far from you stands Nael the beggar. How do we know his name already? We haven't talked to him. A colossal pyramid of black stone whose peak disappears into the mist. Its surface is smooth, but in places you see cracks and erosion, as though time and the elements were slowly breaking it down. The entrance is framed by tall pillars carved with strange signs and symbols. A gaunt man in tattered robes sits leaning against a stone pillar, his eyes clouded but not empty. They reflect a knowledge from long ago. His hands hold blackened beads that clink softly whenever they move. Some statues with elongated inhuman faces lining the path to the pyramid. Their eyes are hollow, yet they seem to watch you no matter how you move. Some of the statues are damaged, or have collapsed, but their expressions remain unchanged. Silent wardens of ancient secrets. Fine then, keep your secrets. A wanderer on his path. So many have passed through, so few have returned. Your steps are leading you to the graves of those who forgot how to die, to the crypt of the undead, but its gate will not open to a sword, nor to a mortal prayer. Only a bird's prayer will rouse the stones from their sleep. Find the echo of a voice, and it may open the way to where no one has dared to enter. Beggar Nael has given you a figurine of a nightingale. A small nightingale figurine carved from dark wood. Its details are intricately crafted, showing the bird with open wings as if singing its song. The figurine belonged to an ancient bard whose music could calm even the fiercest storms. It is said that whoever owns it can hear whatever remains hidden from others. It seems like an awfully powerful artifact for a beggar to have. You stand at the base of gigantic stone towers that rise towards the sky like enormous pipes. Their surfaces are cracked and split, and from within, you hear a deep, drawn-out tone. The air here is dry, filled with dust and the scent of ages long past. By one of the towers stands a strange pedestal, from whose center rises a dim blue light. The glow ripples faintly, as if searching for a path that it no longer remembers. You see a magical herb and a cord. magical herb with blood-red blossoms that seem to pulse with a life of their own. As you draw near, you feel a faint warmth radiating from its petals. Its scent is intoxicating and inviting, and yet carries a hint of danger. They call it the blood bloom, for a reason. You take it. A simple cord of natural fiber, sturdy and durable. Its surface is rough to the touch, with a few knots and frayed ends. Although ordinary, it could prove useful in many situations. So you take it. You listen to the deep, drawn-out tone rising from the towers. The sound passes through your body and resonates with your soul, and fills you with both calm and unease. It feels like a message from ancient times, perhaps a call to understanding, or a warning of danger. It's kind of almost mist like that, too. Wait, why did I use the core? It's not the thing I meant to use. Nightingale figurine? Really? No? Artifact of Silence? No? Sears? No. You step onto the pedestal and the light engulfs you for a heartbeat. The glow falters and shivers. Nothing changes. The pedestal is dead, while waiting for an offering that it has not yet received. You place your hand against the stone and feel it resonate beneath your touch. The sound grows stronger, rising into your chest, and for a moment you can feel it whisper in the names of those who prayed here long before you. When you pull your hand away, a muffled, drawn-out tone resounds. Really? I can't give the coin to Niall? He's a beggar. The egg? Why is there an egg? A gigantic one at that. You are in a crumbling hole whose walls split and fracture. In the center of a recess rests a massive stone egg, set into a cracked pedestal. Mist rises from the gaps in the stone, and the space throbs with a tension that seems to be waiting for the moment of birth. Its surface is warm and pulses with a faint rhythm, as though something slept within. The Avian Tribunal? You have reached the edge of a circular arena ringed with stone statues with wings. Each of them gazes down into the center, where a smooth circle with engravings is carved. The statues' wings are coated in ash. They look newly settled after a long flight. In the middle of the circle, on a stone chair, sits Niall, the judge. Niall, the judge of this arena, sits in his place and watches you with empty eyes. His legs have grown into the ground. He has been here for thousands of years to judge the living and the dead. Nameless wanderer, I see the thirst for being has not left you. This may ease it for a moment. Water that flows against time, but remember, all that once drinks of life must also taste death. Judge Niall has given you a phial of living water. Crystal clear water sealed in a cut glass flask, seemingly filled with life. Water that flows against time. It is said whoever drinks it gains the strength to face even death. I was hoping some of these items would disappear, but we're slowly just building up more of a stockpile. You are on a bridge spanning a deep chasm. The masonry is cracked, and from beneath the bridge rises a faint whisper that fades into the depths. The bridge is guarded by stone figures, facing one another in a silent watch. Whisper rises from the depths, faint and distant. It sounds like a tongue you cannot recognize, and yet you understand it. Each word vanishes before you can grasp it. They are dark prayers to forbidden gods of an age long past. Nope. Stone figures stand facing one another at the edges of the bridge. Their faces have long been worn away by time, their hands clasped in a gesture that might be a prayer or a warning. Between them, a narrow passage remains, as if they are the ones who decide who may pass. Maybe not. Before you towers an enormous stone gate, its arch disappearing high into the void. Its surface is covered in smoothed magical sigils. The wind that blows through carries sounds like the last breaths of the dying. Not far away, there's a strange bush. Oh good, is the bush going to talk to us? A strange bush whose branches seem endless. As you draw near, you feel a faint warmth emanating from its leaves. Its scent is intoxicating and inviting, and yet carries a hint of danger. They call it the leaf of the everroot for a reason. No? Like, it sounds like we need to combine all this stuff. An icy current that blows through the gate, brushing against the stone as if it were living flesh. In its murmur you hear breaths and sobs, muffled yet unmistakably human. It seems that the wind breathes, and that every breath belongs to souls that never found their way out, and now hunger for a sacrifice. The rush of air is so powerful it won't let you pass. Okay. Oh my dear God, how many areas are there? You are in a hall whose pillars are built from human skulls. Everything glitters with the cold light, bound into perfect order. The silence here is deep, almost sacred, for death demands reverence. In the stillness, Niall the Preacher stands here unmoving. I do like some of the music here, by the way. Yeah, like a lot of the backing tracks here are pretty nice. Okay. The skulls are carefully stacked on top of one another, joined without mortar, as though held together by some malign will. Each skull faces another in silent agreement. Small gemstones are set into the hollow eye sockets of every skull, glowing with a cold bluish flame. Here, death does not feel threatening, only present. The space is quiet, heavy, and saturated with the awareness of an ending that neither rages nor regrets. Niall the Preacher stands motionless amongst the pillars, head bowed. His face is pale and his eyes lost in a prayer that you cannot hear. His robe is dusted with ash, and in its folds glimmer the remnants of wax. It seems that he is waiting for someone to speak to death again, to call upon it once more. Wait, what? Hold on, what was that? Death is not an end, wanderer. It is only a place where words no longer dare to go. Every soul walks there naked, without voice, without name, and without prayer. I have forgotten mine. It was small, hidden in a stone that I once wore close to my heart. Without it, my pleas fade and fall apart. If you should find it, in the dust, an echo of silence that still prays, give it shape once more, so that even death itself may be heard. Isn't that just the artifact of silence, though? No? I don't know what he wants, then. Sands of Oblivion. That's a good name. You walk a wasteland where sand mingles with ash. In the distance, the remnants of stone pillars rise, gnawed away by wind and time. The land is lifeless, silent, and endless. Like oblivion. Your oblivion. Not far from you, lost in his rapture, Niall the Penitent kneels. In the sands of oblivion grows a strange herb, called the Death Soil Herb. Thorns slice your fingers open, and your blood seeps into the sand. The stalk snaps with a soft crack. You've plucked the Death Soil Herb, and yet it seems it has taken something from you as well. Really? I really would have assumed that you could combine these. Like, there's obviously something going to be used with them. A potion of some sort, maybe? I'm not sure. The penitent's face is pale and his eyes are empty, as though he were staring into infinity. He stands lost in his thoughts, perhaps in the pains of the past that led him here. 3 fires. Each of them burned away a different part of the Wanderer. The first still burns, in a flame that scorches but never warms. There lies the first shard of his soul. The second is frozen in a frigid stillness where even time fears to move. There lies the second part, petrified in the ice of oblivion. And the last sleeps in death's embrace, where not even light finds the courage to enter. And only you, brother of a brother, can bind together what the fires of all ages have torn apart. Restore his soul, and then you will both find rest once more. Well, that's not cryptic at all. In a frigid stillness where time even fears to move. Well, we already know where the second part is, but the way that it's wording it does not make it sound like that's where it is. In a flame that scorches but never warms. So I don't know. When you scoop up the sand into your palm, it slips between your fingers like dreams that vanished long ago. Each grain carries the trace of something that has ceased to exist. No, that's not depressing at all. Okay. I feel like Niall is at least a portion of Wanderer, maybe? Because they're all named Niall, right? I still have this bone. I don't know what to do with this bone. Mirror tower. Before you rises a lone tower of strange stone in the middle of the wasteland. Its base is formed by an oval opening, where instead of darkness, a mirror gleams. The stones around it are scattered, as if the tower had sprouted from the depths of the earth. Not far away grows an herb called charmbright. It is a strange herb whose leaves gleam like gemstones. Its scent is intoxicating and inviting, and yet it carries a hint of danger. They do not call it charmbright for nothing. A structure of unknown stone whose surface resembles both glass and bone. The masonry twists and crumbles, as though the tower itself were trying to escape its own weight. Dark magic radiates from every fissure. There's an oval passage at the western foot of the tower. Where there should be darkness, a smooth surface gleams like water. As you draw closer, your reflection breaks apart, turning into foreign faces that watch you without a word. Not pass through. I don't think I have what I need for that. Yeah, the coin. The coin of no use. Artifact of silence? No, because that's a head. I don't know. Do you want an herb? No? Okay. It's like I'm getting all these items and I don't know what any of them do. I'm getting lost here. There's so many areas here. The Bridge of Cursed Souls. No. Okay, so south is Sand of Oblivions. And okay. North is ossuary. Alright, so we want to go east, then south. Okay. North again is there. South is the nest. That's new. Okay. You stand in a vast courtyard where the surrounding walls are overgrown by a massive tree. Its roots coil across the stone, spreading over stairways and balconies until they merge with the walls. The vault above you resembles wings outstretched in its protection. Near you is a small pedestal. The pedestal is low and plain, carved from a single block of stone. Its surface is smoothed by touch, with a shallow, circular depression at its center. It's like the second thing that needs something that is probably, you know, ovular or circular. Man, I don't know what it wants. The flask? No? Okay. Can I not go back into the pyramid? No, you can. That's not where I wanted to go. I'm stuck again. I'm stuck again. I don't know. time to try to brute force it again. A strange herb with leaves that shimmer like gemstones. Each one changes color depending on the light, from deep blue to blood red. A sweet fragrance rises from the plant, alluring yet repulsive. The scent of beauty that hides poison. So it's like these plants are almost elemental. But I can't put the plants on the pedestals. And yet that's exactly what it seems like it wants? I'm very confused. It said whoever owns it can hear what remains hidden from others. Yeah, but like, all the areas that have things that seem to be having sound to them that I cannot apparently hear, it has no use in. Yeah, bring the mummy back, headless. Nah, seriously, man, what the hell am I supposed to do? So, like, okay, there's a darkness. Charm Bright? No, of course not. I still don't know what pushing that button did. Only out of need, drink it. Okay, so the music right here, right now, is really reminding me of Woob Wub. Okay, touch with a single shallow depression at its center. But what do I put into it, man? Blood bloom cord, flask of living water. Like, what am I using the cord for, or the coin? I still don't know, and I still, I still don't know where to go with those. Artifact of silence. The figures are preventing me from progressing. Blood bloom, no. Cord, no. Sword, no. Canopic? No, of course not. Coin, no. Crystal? No. Armbright? No. I like how my dude won't even attempt to go across. Faint whisper. Nightingale figurine. No, of course not. This is my point though, right? It's like Nightingale figurine. It is said that whoever owns it can hear what remains hidden from others. Okay, well, whisper, right? I don't know. Huh? Right. No, because, like, the Nightingale figurine is said to calm storms. But the wind is blowing powerful. But it... What? Huh? Here's this artifact that can calm storms. Okay, so, like, there's a windstorm here pushing you back. Can't use it, right? This is why I'm getting... This is why... this is why I don't do point and clicks. I'm either underthinking it or overthinking it. Why is this not working? I also still have this key. And again, it's like, maybe overthinking, maybe underthinking, but it's like, okay. Oval passage at the western foot of the tower, where there should be darkness, a smooth surface gleams like water. Okay, we have living water. You know, it's like, okay. No, it's not. So... In a flame that scorches but never warms, there lies the first shard of a soul, the second is frozen in frigid stillness where even time fears to move. There lies the second part petrified in the ice, living as last sleeps in death's embrace where not even light finds a cursed enter. What do you mean score 17? What? Rusty key, canoptic jar. Canopic jar, not canoptic. Bone, artifact of silence, nothing. Nightingale, no. Man, I don't know, man. I've forgotten mine. It was small, hidden in a stone I once wore close to my heart. Without it, my please fade, fall apart. If you should find it in the dust, echo of silence that still prays, give it shape once more. Every soul walks there naked, without voice, without name, without prayer. I have forgotten mine. Hidden in the stone I once wore. But you forgot what? Your soul? Your like gemstone? What is this in reference to? I don't know. Do I need to collect the ash off the tree? All pedestals. Oh man. One second. Uh, yeah. That's what I was afraid of. No, there's absolutely nothing you can use for help here. Like there's nothing at all. I was hoping maybe the developer had a few hints somewhere, but if he does, I don't know. I can't find them. The surfaces are cracked and split from within here, deep drawn out tone. But again, it's like, what the frick do you do? Because you can't use the artifact of silence, you can't use the Nightingale figurine. Nothing. Absolutely the frick nothing. Only a bird's prayer will rouse the stones from their sleep. Find the echo voice. Is that it? Like I need to come in here with a nightingale? I would assume that the shrine is completely useless now, because that's the thing I got the tongue out of. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I don't... What do you use the flask of living water for? Seriously, it's like... There's all these undead things, or, you know, things that apparently want to live or could be alive, but that's not the thing you use the flask of living water on, because apparently the flask of living water will actually bring said thing to life. You know, then you have, like, Charm Bright. You know, it's like a plant that can, you know, kind of like gleam and shine and whatnot. You know, like give off light, I guess. Darkness. No. Gloom. No. And the Seer's Crystal is now kind of useless, seemingly. What? 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 You drew the soul of the nightingale from the fissure after having hit it with your sword and making a crack. Nightingale soul, a delicate ethereal substance that seems to be concentrated essence of the nightingale soul. Its surface faintly shimmers as though it holds starlight within. The soul of a nightingale captured in the moment of its pure song. It is said whoever uses it may hear its melody for a brief moment. You must find the offerings in the place to perform the ritual. Okay. That's progress, at least, finally. Huh? No, come on, don't do that. No, 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 no. Something Uruk-hai Saruman. must find the offerings and the place to perform the ritual. Would this not be it? Is this not the ritual ground? I find it very hard to believe that that's not the ritual ground. I thought I was having progress, but no. I figured one thing out just to just end up back to, yeah, freaking. Come on, man. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do here. This is almost certainly the ritual ground right here. Gotta be. It's annoying how he won't even, like, acknowledge the Nightingale figurine. Oh! Oh, no! Though something might... As though it might awaken something beneath it. Man, I don't know. And it's like that guy wants an amulet or something, but we don't have it, and I don't know where the hell to find it. I have a cord. I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, restring it with the cord or what. Or if I even find it. Each grain carries the trace of something that has ceased to exist. Yeah, I don't know if I would say this game has moon logic so much as just it's very unclear. It does just kind of seem like a lot of it is just you kind of need to know. Or just try to brute force. Apparently you can also use arrow keys, by the way. Maybe I need to pour the blood in something? No. Well, at least not that one. No. No. You have no reason to pour your blood in that bowl. Well, yeah we do. To try to open it. Still not sure what this damn bone is for. God damn it, man. No, I can't put the ash inside the jar from the tree. Okay. Can't use the cord on it. Artifact of silence. It's hidden in a stone I once wore close to my heart. In a stone he once wore close to his heart. This is just so... Find the echo of a voice and it may open the way to where no one has dared enter. But we have the soul now. No silence should be done. The stone walls are blackened and cracked. Bend the chains, the ornaments. No, I don't think so. You are in a corridor with a strange gloom that stains the stone with darkness. The sound of footsteps is swallowed here. There's only heavy silence and just... chambers. God damn it, man. I am utterly freaking lost. I have so many items and I don't know what to use where. Like, I was having somewhat decent progress, and now it's just... Wait, 20 minutes, I've basically done fucking nothing? Some sand shoes... What the shit do I use any of these things for? I have a cord. I don't know what it's for. I just don't. I have a bunch of herbs. Blood bloom, Everroot, Death Soil, Charmbright, can't seemingly use any of them. I have the Soul finally, can't use it. I need to do the ritual, but I don't know where the ritual is or what to do for it. Like, there's so many areas now, but nothing is clear. And I still have a key. You know, this might be one of those items where it's like you don't use it until the very end of the dang game. It wants an offering. But what? What is the offering? God damn it. What does it want? Give me a hint. Give me something to go off of. Long drawn out tone, which you presumably need to use the soul on. Or well, the Nightingale figurine when it's not just soul. Perhaps a call to understanding or a warning of danger, but you can't use the artifact silence on that. SES crystal is utterly useless now. It's been utterly useless. Artifact of silence, no. If I could just figure out where the hell to use any of the herbs or the cord, it would probably help. And it's like, okay, here's another one, right? But it's like, you know, carved from a single block of stone, its surface is smoothed by touch with a shallow circular depression at its center. Okay, so what do we use? What do we put into it? We don't have it. I don't know how to get it. I can't put my blood in the bowl. We have a tree, but the tree seemingly does nothing. We have the figures, but nothing we have will do anything to them. And my dude just will not cross that bridge, so I can only assume that is the... You know, like, it is inferring that they will actually just clap his butt, you know? The bush I took the thing from. The wind presumably needs the Nightingale figurine. The gate, you know, again, Nightingale. Go to the north. Niall, the preacher, wants a thing. Don't know where to get it. The death in the skull seems to be a bit of a moot point. I feel like I just need to go around and start using the sword on everything. Hoping that that does something. There has to be something here, man. Like, with all the items I have, there has to be something that can be used. How infuriatingly unclear. Seriously, what in the Christ do I do with any of these items and where? Nothing seems to work anywhere. Their eyes are hollow, yet they seem to watch you no matter what you do. Okay, cool. Can I hit them with a sword? No. Can I give the beggar the coin? No. Go, like, okay, I need to find out what the offerings are. Okay, how? Where? Because I can only assume I do the thing here. But Niall is useless. Statue with wings. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nightingale figurine. Nope, can't use it. Nightingale soul. No. You need to find the place and the items to do the ritual with. Okay. But nothing is doing anything anywhere, man. You know, like I need to find a crystal or something to put into the pedestals, right? There's the tree pedestal, there's the mirror tower, whatever the heck, that has a thing I need to insert into it as well. I don't have anything for that. There's a bridge. I can't go across the bridge. I don't know how to get across the bridge. There's the figures. I don't know what to do for them. We have the gate. The gate has the wind. Well, if I can get the figurine together, I can presumably use the figurine on the gate to calm the wind, but I can't do that right now, so that is a dead end right now. We have Niall the Penitent. I don't think he has any use now, and I got the death herb thing from here. That is the thing that needs the thing to be inserted into it. We got this guy, Niall the Preacher. He wants a necklace or something, but I don't know where to get it. Death is not an end, wanderer. It's only a place where words no longer dare to go. Every soul walks there naked, without voice, without name, without prayer. I have forgotten mine. It was small, hidden in a stone I once wore close to my heart. Without it, my pleas fade, fall apart. If you should find in the dust an echo of silence that still prays, give it shape once more so that even death itself may be heard. Okay, but what does that mean? Give it like the flask of living water? I'm not sure. Like, where are the prayers that he's even referring to? Because there's a lot of references to whispers or prayers here and there. This is something to awaken, right? Flask of living water. No, sir. Sarcophagi. Nope. Okay. Night in decayed armor. Funeral niches. Embalming ritual. Living water. No. Okay, there's a soul here. No, can't use it here. Well, no. Ritual seal. No. I don't know, man. Do you want it? No? Okay. God damn it, man. It's like, I think at this point I've almost used every single item in every single place that I can. And yeah, I still don't know what to do. The bone and the Bone, the key, and the coin have had 0 uses. Like, none at all, basically, throughout this entire thing. The coin is heavy with their delusion. No. No. Yeah, no. No, okay. Maybe the coin would go into the thing that's, you know, like circular or ovular. No! No. What's that for? When you awaken it, your gaze pierces places it was never meant to reach. It reveals what should have remained hidden. Delicate ethereal substance that seems to be the concentrated essence of the Nightingale soul. Its surface faintly shimmers as though it holds starlight within. Charmbright, a strange herb with, yeah. Resembling a sharp needle. Can I use it with a cord? No, of course not. You should find in the dust an echo of silence that still prays. In the dust. Well... This is kind of infuriating, frankly. It's like... I feel like if I just had a single hint, I could probably just... you know... go from there, but... Object or artifact of silence. No, the figures don't want to talk. Each step you take sounds as though it might awaken something beneath it. Okay, so, I don't know, make a bunch of noise at this point, dude. Only a vague sense that something moves within it slowly with the intent to harm. I swear to God, this is the place that this ritual needs to take place for this stupid little figurine. But yeah, this is like a very good example of why I don't usually do point and clicks. At the very least, not without a guide, because what you know, you get stuck in like one place and you don't get a hint. What do you do, man? Seriously, like, I have 2 full rows of items. I don't know where to use any of them. Using them anywhere seems to do nothing. And you don't get any hints on any of them. If you use this here, it's not that simple. You must find the offerings in the place to perform the ritual. What ritual? Where does one do this? Because I can only assume it's here. Niall, the guy that's here, says diddly squat about anything other than just the thing he gave you, which is the flask of water. Like, it is so unclear as to where you need to go or what to do. Yeah, I got this tree, alright? The tree grows through the stone walls like a living vein. Its bark is cracked, shot through with glowing sap that runs into the fissures and disappears within the masonry. A fine dust falls from its branches, resembling ash. Okay, cool. So, can I collect any of that? The sap or the dust? No. Okay. Can I use the sword on it? To, like, make it, you know, have more of that leaking out of it? No. Okay. So what do you do with it? The living water on it for some reason? No. It's just there and has no purpose, seemingly. You have the pedestal. It has a shallow circular depression at its center. Okay, cool. So can you put your blood in it? No. It even tells you. No. So what can you do with it? Put the water in it? No. No, you can't. Like, what the hell do you do? Oh, can you combine any of these herbs to, you know, like, turn it into, like, a potion base or something? No. No, you can't. You have a bone. Has had no use so far. I've been spending, like, what, 30-40 minutes, I think, at this point, basically accomplishing nothing. I don't know what the hell to do. I really don't, and I'm starting to get really quite frustrated about this because it really feels like this is one of those things where just one single bit of information to set you on the right track would be all it would need. But I don't know. I really don't know. Like, you know, the one Niall, the preacher or whatever the hell he is, he wants a necklace or something. But it's not the core Lucier's crystal. The dirty coin and cord? No. Ronin cord? No. Canopic jar and cord? No. I think I'm gonna have to give up, honestly. I really don't know what the hell to do. And at this point, I'm just kind of wasting my time. I don't know. Instead of darkness, a mirror gleams, but the only thing that I have that is even... Again, it's like... I'm either overthinking or underthinking. Thing references water. Okay, here, water. The living water. Nope, that's not it. Okay, something is referencing, you know, like, it's gleaming, you know, like a gemstone or a mirror or something. Okay, cool. I have an herb that's like that. Nope, can't do that either. It's like I'm seeing various solutions to later things, potentially, but I don't know how to get there. And it sucks. I don't want to be angry at this game. I like the premise. I like the little bits of art. I like the lore that you're getting. I like the little ambiance tracks you're getting. But right now, I'm either overlooking something that is incredibly obvious, or this game is not very obvious. But again, this is exactly why I don't do a lot of these things. The arrow keys are for movement and escape to open the game menu. It's just... Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to this. I'm gonna see if I can, you know, at some point, get some sort of hint, or just tell straight out what the hell to do at this point, because, yeah, like I said, I do like it, but right now, I've now wasted about 30 minutes or so getting nothing done. And it's aggravating. Hold on. So... this is on the Steam page. There's an item here I don't have. Obsidian shard. Dirty coin with a hole. What do you mean? Obsidian shard and a dirty coin with a hole. What do you mean? I'm gonna... It can't be, like... use the... You're fucking kidding me. Why? How are you supposed to... What? How are you supposed to know that? Huh? He doesn't want it? Oh, what are you supposed to do with it? Here, do you want this? No. Oh, dear God. Do you want this? No. Judge? No. Pedestal? No. Pedestal here? No. Beggar? No. Oh, hell. I don't know. Okay, so how does one get the obsidian shards then? Just use sword on every bit of stone you can find? Pillars? Sword? No. Reliefs? Sword? No. Statue? Sword? No. Here, do you want this coin? No. Okay. What the hell do you do with this thing now? Ancient dirty coin has a cord tied to it. Yeah, but what does this accomplish? Like, seriously, what does this accomplish? Here. No, you want the coin? No? Okay. Perennial niches, something to awaken. Coin? No. Alpha guy? Sword? No. Well, that's great. I got a coin now. A coin with a cord. You know, a necklace. It has no use. Are you kidding me? Flask of living water, clean it up maybe? The blood? I don't know, please. Just tell me your secrets. Use the coin at the bridge. I did! Or literally the bridge. No. Faint whisper. No. Chasm. Okay. You lower the coin on the cord into the abyss. For a while nothing happens. Then a terrible inhuman scream rings out. Startled, you yank the cord back and pull the coin up again. Only it is no longer a coin. You have obtained the Amulet of Cursed Souls. How are you supposed to know that? If that's not about it makes sense that something moves within it solely with the intent to harm. Like, nothing in this description is like, ah yes, let me lower coin into void of chasm. Okay. An ancient amulet of dark metal, colder and heavier than it should be. Its shape resembles broken circles that can never close. Where a gemstone ought to be, there's emptiness within, which flicker tiny movements like reflections of souls trapped inside. Okay, so is this the thing that the creature wants? Yes. So the circle closes once more, and I may whisper her name again. Death does not call, wanderer. She listens. She always waits for someone to answer. Keep her a gift. Born from ash, meant to return. Take this bowl, simple and yet sacred. When you fill it with what remains after the light, a way shall open before you. It's given you an offering bowl. Have you played this then, chat? Like, have you already gone further than I have? Was this the one that has the bowl, or is it the other one? Pedestal, offering bowl. Okay. Now what? Near you is a small pedestal with an offering bowl. With the water in it? Okay, there we go. Alright. Everroot? Yep. Charm Bright. Yep. Blood thing. Yep. That's oil. Yep. Let's see. And an offering bowl rests at its center. It is no longer empty. Can we put the soul in it? Yep. Okay. Figurine? Yep. You place the nightingale figurine into the offering bowl. And behold, the bird draws breath and flutters its wings. You've obtained a living nightingale. I don't think that's how that works, but okay. Alright, so now I should be able to go to the thing, right? No? Gate? No. What? With constant interest as if wanting to share a secret. The nightingale is more than a bird, is the guardian of ancient songs and tales. I thought it was supposed to be able to quell storms. No? Okay, the bridge? Nothing you can't use the night. Well, where the heck am I supposed to use this now? Is a guardian of ancient songs and tales. As if wanting to share a secret. Yeah, but the area I thought it... because it... What's left? Like, what is left now? There's still the gate. Oh. No? Where the heck? Come on! Oh, if I use it on everything, eventually I'll just find it, right? The area I thought you needed to use the bird was not the area you needed to use it. No, he doesn't care about it. Is it? Use the bomb. What? With the tip of the bone, you slowly pierce the nightingale's heart. Its song breaks into a faint gasp. Its wings tremble weakly and fall still. A drop of dark blood escapes and sinks into the ground. The air grows quiet. The bone slips from your hand. You've obtained a dead nightingale. But why? Why? Like, how are you supposed to just know to do that? Blood seeps from its chest. But why? Like, you get the statue that says that it can quell storms or something to that effect. You know, okay, so use the thing on the Gate of Sighs, but no, we just have a dead nightingale despite going through all the effort of getting a live one. Okay, do I use this here now? Why does it need to be dead? Why do we need to kill the poor thing? A gust of air catches its feathers, and from within the corpse comes one last faint sound. As you throw it into the vortex, the wind roars. The gate lets out a wailing tone and opens. The path westward is now clear. You stand in a vast crypt whose walls are supported by massive stone pillars. Dim light seeps in through cracks in the ceiling. The air is thick with dark magic. Along the walls the undead hang chained in place. On one of the pillars there is a lever. Above the ground, within a dark cloud of magic, floats the first fragment of the soul. Okay, so do we pull the lever? Yes we do. Okay. So the first fragment... wait, what? Wait, we already described it? We don't have to do anything for it? In the center of the crypt hovers a faint flicker of light. Barely larger than a candle flame, the fragments of a soul turn slowly in the air, trailing a thin veil of dusk behind it. The stones around it are dusted with fine ash, as though even the dead can feel its presence. It is silent, yet from the depths of its light comes a restlessness that calls you closer. You take the first fragment of the soul. Okay. So is the other one just unobtainable until you get this one then? Okay, so then second fragment. First fragment. No. Really? I don't think we can just give it back to the guy either, right? No. Okay. Massive stone pillars, dim light seeps in through cracks in the ceiling. The air is thick with dark magic along the walls. The undead hang chained in place. On one of the pillars there is a lever. When we pull the lever, it is switched. Yeah, the undead hang in place. The undead, hanging from the chains, have bodies stiff and twisted. Skin is stretched tight over bone, eyes dried out, mouths half open as if trying to speak. The occasional tremor in the chain suggests that death here is not complete. Welcome to your perpetual hell, really. Dark magic gathers here like a heavy fog. It turns the air into something living that moves slowly. With a will of its own, you can feel it even when you do not move. No? Okay. Stone pillars. The pillars are rough and blackened with age. Their surface are covered in carvings. Each bears the mark of ancient strain, as though it has held up more than just stone for centuries. I don't know if there's more here to do. We have an oval opening here, still. I don't think we can shove the soul in there, no. Niall the preacher got a thingy. The ball is yours now, don't forget, wanderer. What has been sacrificed never returns, only death remembers to whom forgiveness was granted. Not cryptic. Stone figures. So I still can't cross this bridge, I don't think. I can't imagine that the soul actually has any use on its own, right? Am I supposed to Use the sword on the undead, maybe? No? No. There we go. The artifact grows cold in your palm. Then there's a brief flash of white light. Without sound, without echo. Chains tremble, and the undead suddenly tense as if something inside them resists. And then they slacken. From the mouth of one of them escapes a faint exhale, more a stir of the air than a sound. Their bodies grow still, their heads bow. Where once a restless awareness clung to them, only true death remains. Okay. I don't know how that helped us. I'm really not sure. So we killed the undead. We got the first fragment of the soul, but now what? I think the crypt of the undead might actually be done now. I think the ossuary is basically done. I don't think there's anything to do at Sands of Oblivion. We still don't have the... Wait, what? What do you mean? No. What do you mean? From within it pours a dim light and a chill in which all shapes are lost. It seems to open into places where memory is not a gift, but a burden you can pass through. But why? Was that the lever? Or the undead? Also, that is actually like a Star Trek thing. It's like the... Oh god, what the heck was it called? I don't remember what it was called, but it was like God, quote unquote. Before you rises a stone arch with an opening at its center. Its surface is smooth without any markings, and yet it radiates the power of ancient ages and forbidden knowledge. Around it stand silent monoliths, witnesses to all that has been forgotten. Not far away you see a fountain from which magical fiery water bursts forth. Are? Yes, actually. Monoliths. Tall stone blocks standing in a perfect circle. They radiate the weight of forgotten truths. Sword? No. Okay. An archway. Can I go through it? A stone arch carved from a single piece of rock. It is cold to the touch, and yet within it pulses a quiet power that does not belong to this world. So I don't want to go east, south, or west. The White Library. You stand in a hall filled with tall shelves. The books have pages made of pale skin, and the writing upon them slowly shifts and fades. Dusk glitters reverently in the white light. Everywhere, there's a quiet rustling, as though the books were reading themselves. You open the volumes one by one, the bindings coated in white dust. The script is not written in ink, but in ash and ice. He who holds the flame must first burn away his own shadows. He who renounces fire must pass through it. Ice is not cold, but hatred of heat. He who touches it binds time, yet it loses breath. Join fire and cold within a soulless stone, and magic shall be born. You feel the meaning of the words settle into your memory like ash and snow on an open palm. Huh. So what was this thing filled with? It's fiery water. Okay, so we got like 1/2 of it. Corridor of forbidden knowledge. Okay. You are in a narrow passage whose walls are covered in unknown script. The characters are fresh, glistening, dark, and wet. From the shadows radiates the weight of knowledge that the gods have forbidden. I don't think I can use that quite yet. You are in a small study where time means nothing. The desk is covered in blackened ink, whose droplets still crawl slowly across its surface. On the walls hang scrolls that constantly rewrite themselves in invisible script. Fade away and return again. On a tall chair sits the withered corpse. The withered corpse? Above the desk, wreathed in a blazing cloud of magic, floats the third fragment of the Wanderer's soul. In the air above the desk hovers the third fragment of the Wanderer's soul, a flaming shard that burns not with warmth, but with emptiness. Its light breaks across the walls, twisting the shadows into shapes that resemble the faces of the long dead. As you move closer, the particles of fiery magic clump into a denser form, and you feel nothing but pain. You cannot seize the third fragment of the Wanderer's soul through the agony. So I'm gonna assume you need the fire and ice thing. Tall chair sits the withered... Okay, the iron box. On the tall chair sits the desiccated corpse of the first archivist, his eyes empty and his skin stretched over the bones like parchment. In one hand he clutches an iron box. When you examine the corpse, you find he is robed in garments covered in runes and ancient protective sigils. Even in death, he seems faithful to his duty, to guard the secrets hidden in this chamber. Okay, do we just bash it open? A small iron box with delicate engravings on its surface. It is firmly sealed and seems locked. It is not empty, only hungry, waiting for the touch. Wait. Of course it's the rusty key. Finally, it has a use. Frost Demon Slime. Sorry, what? Is it a slime? Like the monster slime? Or is a thing called a Frost Demon and is slime coming from the Frost Demon? In which case, where is the slime coming from? Like, is it his, like, saliva or some other ungodly excretion from it? You open the iron box with the rusty key and find the slime of a frost demon inside. Okay, it actually tells you even. Okay, I don't want to know what it is, technically, then, from it. The box then crumbles into dust. You have obtained a small vial of frost demon slime. Okay, can I combine the two? Oops. Slime harvested from a frost demon's body. Whoever wields it gains power over ice and chill. The wrong thing. No? I can't use the fire water with... No. On the wall hang scrolls that constantly rewrite themselves, right? Scrolls hanging on the wall rewrite themselves, the script fading and returning in an endless cycle. After a while you manage to catch a few phrases. Eternity, forgotten ages, power over time, and the price of knowledge. It seems these scrolls contain fragments of ancient texts about time and its secrets. When you reach for the ink, you feel a chill and a faint tingling, as if the desk were warning you away from something unknown. On the desk lie several torn scrolls and ancient tomes, their pages filled with strange symbols and diagrams concerning time and its manipulation. Time in this room flows differently than outside. Minutes feel like hours and hours like days. When you try to follow its passing, you realize your own inner time begins to unravel. Memories of recent events mingle with moments long forgotten. This place feels like a knot outside of time, where past, present, and future bleed together into a single, endless instant. The refectory. Okay. You are in a silent hall where people once took their meals together. Stone benches stand in rows, covered in a layer of dust and ash. On the tableware lies blackened bones and skulls. On the floor, Traces of spilled wax and dried blood still glisten faintly. On one of the benches lies a small round object. Probably a gem. It is empty and likely worthless. You take the empty gem. What do you mean it's empty? Like, it's a soul gem? Because it you know... Is it hollow? Literally? The blood. Blood that has long since lost its color, but not the memory of the moment it was spilled. Blackened bones scattered across the tables. Mixed with small skulls, the surfaces are charred. And you notice teeth marks as well. Okay, but like, from what? Like, mice? Just nibbling on it? The air still carries the echo of their quite horrific feasts. Heh. Okay. Oh. Wait, is this just a big ol', like, circle area, effectively? I think it is. Yeah, kind of. Scriptorium. Oh, okay. That's a new area. You stand in a hall where the stone tables are covered in dried ink. Quills lie broken, some of them still moving on their own. Handprints remain on the walls, pressed deep into the stone, as if the scribes had tried to keep writing even after death. Close by, on one of the tables, lies a beautiful, large writing quill. She'll take it. Okay. So do we take the ink? Actually, where is the ink? Desk? Desk. Writing quill. No? So I have the... No? Clear crystalline gem that looks as if it were carved from pure light. Its surface is smooth and cold to the touch, and when you hold it to the light, faint shimmering color stands within it. Forged by a nameless smith who believed even magic could be forced into obedience. Okay, so I mean... I need to, like, infuse this gem, I think, with the fire water and the frost demon slime, but I don't know how to go about that. Doesn't seem to want to be a thing here. I swear to God, this is actually like a Star Trek reference. Artifact of silence shouldn't be necessary here. Arcane optic jar with the thingy in it. Fire water, but it's right there. Frost demon slime, empty gem, writing quill. No, didn't think so. Okay. So what's left? The books have pages. Okay. He who holds the flame must first burn away his own shadows. He who rounds his fire must pass through it. He who holds the flame must first burn away his own shadows. But how? What is this inferring? He who renounces fire must pass through it. Ice is not cold, but hatred of heat. He who touches it binds time, yet loses breath. When fire and cold within a soul of stone and magic shall be born. Yeah, so like I said, it's the empty gem. But what does it mean by burn your own shadow? I broke some of them moving on their own. By the marks of desperate as I don't know what to use this quill for. I can't imagine that any, like... I cannot imagine that the meals, the bones, or the blood really have any use. Like, I think you need, like, ink for the quill? Must burn away his own shadows, but what the heck is that inferring? He who renounces fire must pass through. I guess just use the fire water everywhere until you find the dang thing, really. I don't know. Your own shadows, but what does that mean? Do I need to go back to the throne room? And just just dump the fire water on the throne room? No, can't use it that way. Let's stand silent monoliths. They radiate forgotten truths. Like ash and snow on an open palm. No? It's not technically ash, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Ash and snow on an open palm, but we haven't seen anything else reference not ash, but snow. Ah, man. What did the Wanderer even do to get his soul, like, trapped here? I don't know what to do with this quill. Wet and ash and ice. Once the flame must first burn away its own shadows, he even rounds his fire must pass through it, just join. I'm getting stuck again. Ash and ice. Ash and snow upon an open palm. I don't know if that's really a hint or not. It doesn't really seem to be. The characters are fresh, glistening in the dark. The characters on the gliding slowly down and leaving streaks that resemble drying wounds. On a script crooked with a stone that bears them. Then you have this, which is kind of just like a nothingness as well. Artifact of Silence shouldn't have anything here. Without any markings, it's like I don't have ink and I don't have a piece of paper I can write stuff down, so I don't know if that's really important. I have the writing quill. Like, you need to burn your shadows or something, like whatever that means. Lone Tower, the Sands of Oblivion, the sands, yeah. Where sand mingles with ash. What the heck does it mean by, like, burning your own shadows, though? Must burn away his own shadows. He who renounces fire must pass through it. But what does it mean by shadows? Like, sins? Can't use it that way. I'm still missing the obsidian piece as well, and I still have no idea what the pipes are for. What is used here? Hours, drawn out tone, no. Some walls are black and cracked, no. Vent, ornament swaying, no. You are in a long corridor, gloom, silence, darkness. A third throne, rest the wanderer. Are covered in ancient reliefs. On one wall is a mysterious thing. No, can't use it that way. In a freezing cloud of magic. Its form is unclear as though you made thousands. Icy magic, despite it. But it... Okay, so this is ice magic. The third part is fire magic, but you can't use the fire water here? Burn your shadows, he who announces must pass through it. What the hell? What do you mean? Like, this is the second part. It's ice magic. It's renouncing it, right? Both parts have to be relating, right? Because this is ice, third is fire. Frost demon? No. What the hell? Method no longer remembers. I don't know. Oh, God. You open the volumes one by one. The words settle into your ash and snow on an open palm. He who touches it binds time yet loses breath. Ice is not cold, but hatred of heat. He who touches it binds time. No? Okay, but like... Time, frost binds time. No, you can't do it that way. Oh my god. And I've yet to find a thing to use the writing quill on either. Bones and skulls. Bones and skulls, bones and skulls, skulls and bones. I can't imagine that I need blood at this point. I don't know which magical fiery water bursts forth, but doing anything to this does nothing. An arch and monoliths. Books, which I can't do anything with. An unknown script I can't do anything with, seemingly the characters are fresh. Here, as if the scribes had tried to keep writing even after death, but then you can't do anything with that either. Silence, first fragment of the soul, slime. Empty gem, writing quill, moving on their own, like... The first still burns in a flame that scorches but never warms. There lies the first shard of his soul. The second is frozen in frigid stillness where even time fears to move. Lies the second part petrified in the ice of oblivion. Yes, and that is actually what's happening there. It is an ice magic. The last sleeps in death's embrace where not even light finds the courage to enter. Is this... So, the order here is actually, like, wrong. Because the first fragment of the soul is actually the last one here. The first fragment here is the third part. The second is still there, correctly. Because the first still burning is the one that's over in the scriptorium area. Combine together what the fires of all ages have torn apart, restore soul, and then you'll both find rest once more. Volcano decay, decorative, filled with fiery water. This cannot be. Man, what the hell do you use this firewater on? No. No, you can't use it here. Oh my god. I just noticed I have like 1,000 frames per second in this thing. Jesus. It's no wonder why my GPU is getting a little toasty. Yep, there's my cup. Wait, what? Wait, does that change every time you look at it, or strangle it? Yes, actually, that is actually changing every time you look at it. Interesting. I don't think that has any use. It's finely sharpened, its surface is smooth and glossy with delicate engravings. Yeah, that doesn't really help any. Part of the issue is here is I don't know if it's strictly within this new area or not. But there really doesn't seem to be anything happening here, even if I use all this stuff. Wait, what? Hold on. The crystal shudders and the archivist's corpse flares for a moment with a dull light. You see his hands, tired and bloodied with ink, biting into the void, as if he were still trying to finish the last sentence. Behind his back, a shadow rises, tall and formless, and bends toward him with a quiet whisper that tears at your mind. The archivist looks back, empty eyes full of fear, and then the light suddenly goes out. Okay, that doesn't help. Like, seriously, there's just so much stuff and it doesn't seem to do anything anywhere. The refectory doesn't seem to have any purpose. Like, it's just extra fluff, and that's fine, you know, for world building, but it does not seem to have a reason to exist other than that, seemingly. Not right now. I hate having to constantly frickin' resort to brute forcing this ship. I sincerely have no idea, and I've tried to combine the items again and it's done nothing. Unless I need to do that again? I don't know, man. Frickin'... What's left? What can I do at this point? That would be a combination. Seer Crystal, Writing Crystal? No. Empty Gem Seers? No. Demon Slime Seers? No. Okay. Alrighty, so you do actually need to do that. You dip the writing quill into your blood and it drinks it all away. You now have a magical quill, which you can use to write dark formulas of magic. Okay. So, I had a feeling that might have been it, but I thought for sure, you know, like, okay, I could have filled this thing with... Yeah, I filled it with a firewater. Surely I don't need the blood anymore. But, no, you do. Okay. But now what? Soaked in your blood, its tip is stained red. But it was black blood, not red blood. So now what? Scrolls? No. Corpse desk? No. Time? No. Use the scroll this way. The books? No. The script? No. Fresh? No. The scribes? No. The moving? No. Well, infused with its own blood, it is said whoever writes with it may wield dark magic. But how? Where do you use it? The skulls, the chasm, the bridge. I don't remember anything really being said on, like, paper or anything. No? No. Stone walls are black and a crack in the air of the warden. The silence, the vent, the ornaments, the gloom, the silence, the darkness, the rune. No. Wanderer, no. The second throne, no. Where do you use this thing, man? Union symbols, a button. Statues, reliefs, the Wanderer's soul. Not use it that way. On the tree? No. God dang it. Eternity, forgotten ages, power over time, and price of knowledge. That doesn't really help any. When you try to follow its passing, you feel like that allows you to wield your own dark magic, but how? As the flame must burn away his own shadows, he who runs his fire must pass through it. Ice is not gold, but hatred of heat. He who touches it finds time, yet loses breath. Like, an open palm. Are you supposed to, like, somehow use the quill on yourself? It's like, if I use the Sears Crystal on him, this happens. But that doesn't really benefit me any. Where the hell do I use this now? Oh, monoliths. No. You just can't use it on basically anything. Yeah, use the coal in the sand. I don't know, man. For Christ's sake. Where are you supposed to use this thing? Because it's like, you have the entire scriptorium there, and you can't use it anywhere in there, it seems. It is empty. Wait, what? Huh? No, I thought I refilled that thing. Refilled with fiery water. Okay. So I have fire water again, but I don't know what to use it on. Again. I have this bloody quill, and I seemingly can't use it on anything. A space is formed by an oval opening, which is open, the sand, the land, Nail. Got the figures, the chasm, which seemingly don't have anything to do with anything. The pipes, the Nail, the beggar. Does he have anything to say? No, not really. It's still the old stuff. Stone gate leading outside. Warner silence. Fragments. The stone walls. Blackened, cracked fragments. Vent. See chains, ornaments, corridor. Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff here, man. I don't know. Here, can I just like set him on fire? No? Okay. Seriously, man. Like, you have a frickin' scriptorium and a quill. What can you use it for? No, you can't even use it on the soul to, like, empower the soul. Oh my god, what do you do? You can't talk to the tree, right? No. No, you can't. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting stuck again. It's been 3 hours. it's been 3 hours and almost a half. Claim the fiery soul part. Claim the frozen soul part. I'm still missing the obsidian part too. I'm missing the obsidian shard. That's the thing that's really kind of confusing me right now. I don't have the obsidian shard. I'm missing something. Obsidian shard, and this was at the point where you still had the nightingale. I'm missing it. I don't know where to get it. Assuming that that's still in the game even. I would imagine it is, but still. I'm gonna have to come back to this at some point. Maybe experiment while I'm off air. I think I'm gonna have to edit down the VOD a lot, because it's just a bunch of me going back and forth, poking everything. Not the ideal way for me to play, not the way I would want to play, but I seriously do not know where to go or what to do. So, it is what it is, I suppose. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm going to try to figure what to do. Yeah. Like I said, I like the game. The aesthetics of it, the music, you know, the lore, all that is completely fine and dandy. Seriously, I like that part. But it is very obscure as to what you do, or need to do. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure this out. So there should hopefully be a part 2 at some point.